What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Mike, man, and I'm back with another reaction video, man. Today we're gonna be reacting to a Courtney Ryan video. So I'm not gonna waste your time. We're gonna hop straight into the video, but I need y'all to do me a favor. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And without further ado, we're gonna hop straight into the video.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Courtney Ryan, and today we're going to be talking about something that is really important when it comes to dating, and that is the topic of income. So despite how important income is, I think there are also a lot of unrealistic...
Now listen, I'm gonna just say this, right? White women are not really my type, but I would date a white woman. I would. And I'm just saying, Courtney Ryan, beautiful. You know what I'm saying? That's all I gotta say. Beautiful.
expectations surrounding male income, and specifically what we expect a partner to be making. So I have a group of 7 girls here with me today. We're going to be having a conversation about income. I'm going to be asking them some questions and also revealing to them some statistics surrounding male income and the reality of what's going on. And I really want to stress here in the beginning, the point of these videos is not to make anybody look stupid. It's just to have a conversation. I think having these conversations is how we understand and learn about these topics. So without further ado, let's get into it. How old are you?
I'm 25.
I am 25.
I am 24.
I'm 27.
I am 29.
31. I am 25. Okay, and then what do you do for a living?
I work as a healthcare reimbursement consultant.
I'm a copywriter.
I am in the life insurance industry.
I am a lead engineer for a software consulting company.
I work at a medical spa.
Ooh.
And I'm in school.
I am a photographer, and I also work in data analytics.
So I just graduated, so I'm very, very new at this, but I am a mental health therapist.
And is your partner's income something that's important to you?
Not necessarily, as long as they're working for themselves and doing something that they're passionate about.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I think it's important in the sense that I would like them to be doing something that they enjoy. I think that their outlook on their job probably matters more than my outlook on their job. And because that's going to set the stage of our dynamic, really, is their lifestyle doesn't match with mine. And it matters in that I would like them to be doing something that they find fulfilling. And I don't really think it matters in terms of how much they're making.
Okay, so I'm going to just say this. We're off to a very good start. I would say that for the most part, what some of them have said is true. I mean, what I think is very important for a man, if you're a man watching this video, I just want you to hear me out on this, man. What I think is very important is that as a man or a woman or whoever, you want to do something that you're very passionate about. Do something that you love doing, and it doesn't matter what it is. If it makes you happy and you're passionate about it and you really have fun and enjoy doing it, do it. Do it. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how much it pays you, do it. That's something you really enjoy. You have a lot of people out here that may do these boring jobs that other people may look at it like, you know, construction workers, people who are teachers, people who are police officers, people who are firefighters. To, you know, a lot of the people of today's society, especially people from Gen Z, those type of jobs may come off as very boring and mundane. But in my opinion, in personal opinion, if that is the career that that person wanted to specifically pursue, and if that is something that they truly enjoy, and that's what motivates them to get out of bed every day and to contribute to society, then by all means, let them keep doing that, because that's something that they love and enjoy doing. Now, if you're doing a job that you don't like doing or you don't enjoy doing it, then that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Because then what you need to be doing is you need to be developing skills that you enjoy doing, but also become proficient at those skills, and then monetize those skills and profit off of them and contribute to society so that you can become valuable to society. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say it's very important for people to learn skills, man. You know what I'm saying? People think that by going to school and getting a degree, you're guaranteed success. No. There are a lot of people out here that have college degrees and they're struggling. They're struggling. You get what I'm saying? So it's just, don't think that because you have a degree that you're set for life. No. It's not guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, that's my advice, man. Develop skills, become an asset to society, and I promise you, you will be rewarded because you are actually contributing to society in a positive way. You are helping society grow. So by doing that, you will be rewarded. And most of the time, it's financially, which is what you want at the end of the day. Right? I would hope so. So yeah, man, for all my people out there that may be watching this, just learn a skill, man. Learn a skill.
And I think, again, this just comes down to being realistic about money and money standards that we have in people. And I would want to be with someone that is driven, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the dollar has to be a certain number to match that.
Kind of.
Okay, explain.
And independently from me, and it's important to me that I can
Okay.
function independently from them.
Okay.
So as long as you're making enough to function independently, and as long as you're making enough that, like, we can do the things we want to do together within, like, a reasonable timeline, like, we don't have to we're taking about the same amount of time to, like, save up for something big,
Yeah.
that's fine for me.
So you would be totally okay with, like, contributing 50-50 to the relationship?
I would prefer that.
That's the vibe I was getting.
Yes. I would prefer that mostly because I just I don't like feeling like love is...
Me personally, I'm more of a 100 type of person. 100, not 50-50. But I don't know, that's just me. I'm more, you do 100, I do 100. I'm not really cool with that 50-50 stuff. But I don't know, that's just me. Some people may be cool with that, but for me personally, I'm more of a 100 type of dude.
Transactional. I don't like feeling like in an argument, if we're at a low point, someone can hold that over me and be like, well, I paid for this and I paid for that, because in my head I'm already keeping track of shit like that you could use over me, and that's just an insecurity that I have. So I wouldn't want someone to be contributing more than that.
So you would want to do more of, like, the team mentality of, like, we're doing this together, we're growing our wealth together, we're throwing things in together, rather than, like, one person being the sole provider.
Oh my god, yes, absolutely yes.
It is important to me, but it's not something that is like a main factor when I'm considering a relationship or a partner.
So you're not asking on the first date, how much money do you make?
Oh my gosh, no.
Alright, you
Yes
better not.
and no. I do believe that, like, while money isn't everything, unfortunately, with just society and living and the cost of living, it does matter a little bit. It really does. To me, I don't really make great money right now because I'm
A little bit, it matters a lot. You basically need money to survive in society. So it matters a lot. But
very new into the workforce.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to judge anybody for pretty much how much they make because I am not making a lot. So I can't be like, oh, you have to make, this much money for me to date you and then not contribute in some way, because that is big for me too. I want to be able to contribute financially and feel like as much as I can that it's equal. So yeah, yes, it does matter in a sense, but also it's not the end all be all. Like, I don't judge people because if they make like, $40K a year, obviously not great, but I'm like, hey, I'm barely making that. So who am I to judge?
So you're kind of holding your partner to the same standard you're holding yourself.
Yeah. And
which is fair.
Yeah, and as we get older, sure, our incomes increase, absolutely. And, I'm 25, my partner will probably be in their 20s as well one day, so... Yeah, I mean, we're only going to work up, and so that's exciting. And we have...
okay, I like that. She lives in reality. She doesn't have these unrealistic expectations. That's what's up. I respect that. She lives in reality. Unlike some of these other females.
Is to go. So at this point in my life, I don't think it's that big of a deal. No.
Got it. Okay. And you're thinking of it in terms of, like, we can grow together.
Yes.
Right? Like, I'm not waiting for you at the finish line.
Yeah.
We're building this together.
Yeah.
So what is the age of the person that you would want to be with?
I feel like age is important, but I have learned throughout my lifetime that no matter what age they are, they could be 30 and act like a 12-year-old, or they could be 23 and be very, centered and mature. I think at this age of being 25, I've looked like 26 to 32 would be kind of the area, the range I've looked at.
Okay, so if you had to pick a number, maybe 28.
Yeah, 28, 29.
Probably anywhere between 24 and 32. Probably 24 and 30, maybe 24 and 32.
Okay, do you want to go in the middle, like 27-ish?
Yeah,
okay.
Love a good 27. 27 is supposed to be a hot year, too. I'm excited for that.
I feel like some of these females are lying, though. And the reason why I say that is because most females want to be with a dude that is older. And for two reasons. For one, I know this from personal experience, but also because older men tend to have life, put together more. You know what I'm saying? They tend to have a lot more things going on for themselves as opposed to younger men, men who are in their early 20s who are still trying to figure life out and really still they're still on the grind. Like, you get what I'm saying? They don't have everything figured out yet. You get what I'm saying? So it's rare that you're going to come across a 22, 23-year-old that has everything figured out. Good credit, a house, a nice car. Like, most 23-year-olds don't have that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say, like, for a man, it takes a while for them to build that income. Statistically speaking, it takes a long time for a man to truly become financially successful. If he's, on the grind, staying consistent on whatever passion that he is trying to do or whatever skill he's trying to learn or whatever, it's going to take time. You know what I'm saying? These things don't happen overnight. So, but as long as that dude is staying ambitious, consistent and just constantly keep grinding, he will get to where he want to be. It may take a few years, but as long as he doesn't give up and keeps going, he'll get there. He'll definitely get there. So, yeah, man. And I think a lot of women will understand that. Let me not say a lot of women. I feel like that's kind of stretching it. But some women understand that. So that's why some women are more realistic with it. Whereas you have some women who spend all day on Instagram and TikTok and they see all these successful male entrepreneurs that are living these cool, expensive, luxurious lives. You know what I'm saying? Forgetting to realize that those men only represent 5% of the male population, by the way, which is very small. You know what I'm saying? They don't represent a large amount. You know what I'm saying? So, like, these men are in a class of their own. You get what I'm saying? And that's why I tell people, man, social media is not real life. It's not. You gotta live in reality, bro.
25 to 30 right now I think would be ideal. For me too, I wouldn't mind a couple years older. So I would mind like 28 or even a little bit in the 30s too, like 31, 32.
Okay, do you want to go 28 just to be safe?
Yeah, let's go 28. Yeah, that's good.
Ideally, I would like to be with someone around my age just because we would have grown up with similar dynamics in terms of references that we understand, and then also to just, I would like to be with someone that is maybe around my age but also kind of young at heart too.
Okay, so if you had to pick an age, what would you say?
I would say if I had to pick an age, probably 33, 34.
I don't think I would date anyone younger than me just because I don't know, maybe a little bit younger than me and not too much, but the maturity level with men is just not there yet. I've noticed. I've dated men that are 10, 12 years older than me and they're still not as mature. I don't know. I guess it's just the type of person that I'm with, but I don't really know. I don't have like an age. I don't look at that.
Okay, if you had to pick one? Do we
At least 35.
35. Okay, so do you want to go 35 just to be safe?
Let's do 35.
Okay.
I prefer to date men that are at least 4 to 5 years older than me, just from a maturity standpoint. I don't want a guy that's still in his club and bar hopping phase. To me, that's really unattractive. I also don't want somebody younger than me, so I would definitely say, like, at least 4 to 5 years older than my age, yeah.
Okay, do we want to go 28 or 29?
28, 29 is good. Preferably 30 to 32 is the best for me, but
at least she's being
so
honest.
30.
At least she's being
it's kind of
honest.
in the middle.
I go for a range between the age of 30 and 10 years older than me, ideally 34.
And what would you want
10 years older? How old are you?
realistically?
At this current point in time, Okay, at this current point in time, at the age of 34, I would like it
Oh,
to
she's
be
34.
$100,000
$50K or up.
She said,
What did you say?
hold on. She just said 100 to 120K a year? Now, what do y'all guys think, man? Y'all think that's an unrealistic expectation? I will say this, though. I'm not saying it's impossible for a man to make 120K a year. It definitely is possible. But I think what she just has to understand and realize that most men are not making that kind of money. Most men are only making 39 to 45K a year. Statistically speaking, that's what most men are making. You know what I'm saying? So your average dude walking around, that's how much he's making a year. He's not making 100K a year. The dudes that are making like 100 to 120K a year, those dudes are probably either doctors, lawyers, or these are dudes that are own their own businesses. You know what I'm saying? They're probably like entrepreneurs, very successful entrepreneurs. They probably have their own business going on. But those people don't represent a huge majority of the population. They don't. They only represent a very small percent. So I think she just has to take that into account.
50K?
Yeah. Let's say 50K.
Over 100.
Okay. So give me one number. Do you want to do 120, 100?
If you're expecting to interact with men that make over 100K a year, that means you need to surround yourself with men that are in occupations or careers that are giving them that kind of money. So don't expect to run into a dude that is a doctor at a club. You know what I'm saying? I know this is just a random example, but don't go to a club and expecting to meet your soulmate at a club. Most of the dudes that are in that club are not making 100K a year as their yearly salary. They're just not. They're making way less than that. You get what I'm saying? So listen, man, if you're trying to find a dude that's making over 100K a year, you're gonna be looking for a very long time. And I hate to say it, but you're gonna be single for a very long time too, because those dudes are not just walking around on a day-to-day basis. Like,
let's do 120.
And that's to where you would feel comfortable, you know, you would live a comfortable life. That would feel realistic for you.
Yeah. I mean, with the way our society is going and our world is going, 120 I feel is comfortable.
Okay.
Listen, I'm sorry for pausing, but I'm not knocking her for wanting a man that wants 120K a year. Let me just put that out there. I'm not knocking her for that. If that's what she wants, I'm all for it. But I think what she just has to take into account is that it's not going to be easy to finding a man like that. And I just want her to come to terms with that. I hope she comes to terms with that. It's not going to be easy, especially in our society now with everything that's going on. You know, our country is collapsing economically. You got inflation going on. Prices are rising up. Feel me? More and more people are unemployed. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, it's going to be difficult, man. She's going to have to do a lot of soul searching. That's all I'm going to say.
And that's pushing it, maybe even. Like, we could maybe do a little bit lower, but we'll stick with 120.
I would hope that, you know, if they're going to be that, if they're at that age, depending on their path and the career that they're in, you know, I'm assuming they've been working for probably 6, maybe 7 years if they're 28. Maybe between 65 and 90.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's more realistic. 65K a year to 90K a year, that's more realistic. That's more realistic, bro.
Do we want to go 75?
Yeah, we can go 75, yeah.
At least 50K.
I would say then I would want someone to make about, then 70, probably 75
okay.
at least.
75.
Like I said, it doesn't really matter if they're able to pay their own bills and they're able to support themselves financially. That's what's important. It like I said, it's not really that much of a factor because income is so relative to where you are in your career, whether you just got out of school and you're pursuing a medical job, or if you're in like a business type industry like I am, like in financial services of sorts. It really varies, But I'm not gonna put a number on it because it's too variable. I'm sorry, because it's discriminatory to judge a guy based on how much money he makes.
Okay, so we can kind of go off that.
Mm.
He graduated college when he turned, 21, 22? So he's like 9 years out of college. He's 30 years old. He's had 9 years to establish himself. What is an income that you would feel comfortable living your lifestyle on at the moment if he's 30?
Yeah, that's what I want to know, because she keeps saying that she doesn't care and this and that, but you got to give like a minimum number. You got to give a minimum number.
He's 30 and he's been working for almost 10 years. Maybe 150 to 200 a year for his work experience.
Whoa, 150 to 200K. She may be okay. I think the reason why she said that is because she's probably looking at it like, well, if he's like in this very high paying career occupation or whatever, like I said, I think people have to understand, especially these women, they have to understand only specific careers are going to be paying you that amount of money annually. You have to understand. So if you are going to school, pursuing a career or a job, I need you to understand that there are only very few job occupations that are going to be paying you from the ranges of 100K to 200K. The only job occupations you have a chance of making that kind of money: doctor, lawyer, computer engineering. These are y'all want to know why these jobs are so high paying? Because these specific occupations are a necessity to society. Like, they are highly valuable to society. A doctor is responsible for someone's life. A lawyer is also responsible for someone's life, in a sense, if you really think about it, because a lawyer determines whether you go to prison or not. And then computer engineering, the reason why most people don't go into computer engineering is because it's a particularly difficult field to go into. And not only that, most people who go into computer engineering are men. It's not women, it's men. And it's particularly hard to get into computer engineering. That's why the individuals that do get into computer engineering and are successful in it, these are very intelligent, smart individuals. You get what I'm saying? So, but most people don't go for those kind of fields. Most people go for like the liberal arts and the general studies and the visual arts, which is nothing wrong with that. But then people, when they graduate and get the degree, then they wonder why they're not making as much money as the doctor and lawyer. You have a visual arts degree. What do you expect? Do you really think you're going to be making the same amount of money as someone who is a doctor, who has a PhD? You think you think you're going to be making as much money as them? No. Because I hate to break it to you, but their job and their occupation has more value than yours. So that's why they get paid more, because their occupation has more value than yours. That doesn't mean that they're better than you. That just means the job that they have is quote unquote better than yours, financially speaking, because they pay more. And it's really just that simple. That's why I really am big on learning a skill. Learn a skill and become really good at that skill. And market that skill so you can profit off of it. Start your own business, man. This is like the best time to start your own business. We are going through inflation and everything. This is the best time to start your business, man. Learn a skill, start a business. That's what every young man in their 20s should be trying to do right now. It's really that simple, man. You feel me?
50. Yeah. But you also said you think it's discriminatory.
It is, but you're making me put a number on it. So with somebody that's got 10 years of work experience, they should be getting compensated well for the time that they put in in the amount of years of experience that they have in that field if they've stayed with the same field.
But she also has to take into account on what specific occupation that person is in, because not every job occupation pays the same amount of salary. So she also has to take into account what type of occupation that person is in.
What do you think is the median income for the age that you specified? So 35. If you had to guess.
Like 70?
It's actually 52,000.
Okay.
Does that surprise you?
It does.
Lower than
That's crazy how that is such a surprise, but it's not a surprise to me that these women are surprised by that. Because let's just be real, man. A lot of these women don't pay attention to statistics or anything. Most women don't pay attention to stuff like that because they think it's not the reality, but it is. But yeah, man. I'm gonna just end the video off right here because I don't want the video to be getting too long. But if y'all want me to do a part 2 of this video, just let me know in the comments below. Whatever, I'll do a part 2. But other than that, man, I hope you enjoyed the video. And I'll see y'all later, man.